This Kalyan here, I recently realized that I've cooked for all the women in my family, my wife, my mom-in-law. But my grandmother is someone whose cooking I love and I've not cooked for. And she's 87 now, so I told her not to cook for me, but she still made some suji payas yesterday. So what I did was, I requested the folks at ITC Shona to let me into their kitchen. And I'm at the kitchen now making a murgi jhol or a chicken curry for grandmom. And I normally make it in the pressure cooker, but I'm going to make it in the pan. Okay, so this is my first time cooking in a 5-star kitchen or a professional kitchen. So I'm obviously not that familiar with the equipment, but Chef Gaurav is here to help me with it. And it's so cool. I mean, I've got everything chopped for me. So what I did was, I heated about 2 tablespoons of shada tel or refined oil, vegetable oil, to which I add 1 finely chopped onion, which is also the name of my blog and YouTube channel, finely chopped. So I'm just waiting for this to caramelize a bit, and because it's really the onion which is going to give a lot of flavor to the curry. And my grandmom's 87, so she doesn't want a spicy curry, so I'm not going to put any red chili powder in this. So Indian food, Bengali food doesn't always have to be spicy. So if you're not an Indian or if you avoid spicy food, this is something you can try. And so I'm heating this. You want to show them the onions came to? So you can see how it's becoming slightly browner. And yeah. And this is what's going to give it the flavor. Yes. So okay, I'm cheating a bit. Yeah. So what I've done, could I have some tejpata also please, some baby? So what I've done now is I've added, and I've also some shada jeera. Whole jeera, that's right. Cumin. So I've added some ginger garlic paste to the onion. So actually, I'd sort of learned this chicken recipe for my grandmom only, and I make this often in back home in Mumbai. So let's see how she feels when I make it for her. So I'm just waiting for the shada jeera or the whole jeera, which is cumin, and I'm also going to put in some tejpata or bay leaf, and that's just going to form the base for it. It's a very quick dish, it doesn't take too much of cooking time. So I'm stirring the onion so that it becomes soft and brownish, and that's what's going to give the texture. I normally, to save time, put in onion paste and that cooks faster, but Chef Gaurav sort of insisted that I use finely chopped onion because he said it gives it a lot more texture to it. I'll also need some water for the sauce. Yes, ma'am. You know, I've often seen people who are home chefs come into professional kitchens and they put on the chef's hat. 2 reasons why I have not done it. One is it's not that I have too much hair in any case. And secondly, I mean, I'm not a chef, so I don't want to like pretend I'm one. How do I reduce the flame? This way down. Yeah. Okay. So I've just switched off the flame a bit because I don't want it to burn. And I've got my ingredients on it. So keep stirring it. Okay, so this should have actually gone in the beginning, which is the bay leaf and the shada jeera. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. One more bay leaf. Thanks. So what I've done is I've added tejpata or tejpata, which is bay leaf, dried bay leaf. I've also added some shada jeera, which is on now? No. And now I'm going to add an ingredient which not all Bengalis use, which is tomato paste. See, traditionally tomato would not be used in Bengali meals. So I put in the paste of about one tomato. You can add puree also if you want to save time. Chef, any major kitchen boo-boos happening, or you're sort of out here not wondering what is this barbarian doing in the kitchen? Well, I cook completely by instinct, so I won't like claim to be like a real expert. So now here's the deal with tomato. Tomato was not available in India till about 200-300 years back. Till the Portuguese got tomatoes and potatoes to India. So which why a lot of traditional Bengali recipes won't have tomato in them because they were not available. We use tomato quite a bit in our house. I'm not entirely sure whether it's because my family used to be in Delhi and my grandmom was in Delhi. So maybe that's where the tomato influence came in from. So maybe that's why it's a bit strange not cooking in your own kitchen. So probably that's why we use quite a bit of tomato in our house. Not every house will do it, but maybe it's a bit of a Punjabi influence which my grandmom soaked in when she was in Delhi. So I'm going to use spices now, and like my grandmom says, we use spices by andaz or estimate. So is the gas on? Is it up? Is it up? Add water. So I'm making a non-spicy one. So I'm going to put in about 1 teaspoon of turmeric. It's supposed to be a yellowish one, it's slightly more than a teaspoon. So I'm going to use my fingers now. I'm going to use cumin powder, jeera powder. Not all Bengalis traditionally use it, but we use it in our house. I'm going to use a bit of dhone or coriander powder, and I'm going to put in a bit of salt. My grandmom has blood pressure, so we shouldn't add too much of salt to it. Now I'm going to add a trick which my mom and grandmom showed me and chef reminded me of, which is water. So I'm going to add a bit of water to mix and blend in the masalas. Just a wee bit of water to blend in the masalas. So people who are from West Bengal, which is the Indian part of Bengal, add a bit of sugar as well. But since our family is from East Bengal, which is erstwhile Bangladesh or East Pakistan, we don't use sugar in our cooking. Though I must say in Bombay, I like a bit of sugar. So Clinton, if you can show this now, I made a paste with it. Okay. And now the thing to remember is that is going to be the chicken. So it's become a nice masala, and this is going to coat onto the chicken. So I'm going to add chicken to it. So at home in Calcutta, we would buy a whole chicken and put the whole chicken there. In Bombay, I'm a bit spoiled and I prefer chicken drumsticks, and we can buy only drumsticks nowadays. So I requested the chef to give me chicken drumsticks. That's my favorite cut. So I'm going to add in the drumstick and switch on the gas once again. The guys who are into health and all said that breast pieces are better because they've got less fat. Now what I'm doing is something called koshano, which is in Hindi people would call it bhunoing, but in Bengali we call it koshano, which is basically you're slow roasting the meat in the spices. So the idea is that the meat takes in the flavor of the spices, and could I have the potatoes? So I'm adding the potatoes now. We Bengalis can't have any curry which doesn't have potatoes in them, which is again very interesting because again potatoes weren't available in India, and till about 200-300 years back. But I want to first dry cook it first, and then add the water. actually we dry cook it and then, so that's the kosha potato. So potatoes were not available in Bengal initially, but they were introduced by the Portuguese and lapped up by local Bengalis as a exotic vegetable. Imagine potatoes are exotic vegetables. Now we can't have any dish, whether it's a jhol, fish curry, meat curry, any vegetable dish or a biryani without potatoes. And my wife Kainaz, who's Parsi, loves potatoes as well. Potatoes are a big part of Parsi meals. So I'm going to dry cook it now a bit with a bit of water, just a wee bit, so that the masala sort of get into the meat. And if I was making this normally, I would add a bit of chili powder. And in the beginning, I would have also put some whole dry red chilies and green chilies to get in a bit of chili kick. But since both my grandmom and my wife are not too fond of heaty or spicy food these days, I'm making it without that. I'm going to eat it with this with rice, and my wife with roti. So you want to show how the chicken looks, huh? So see, it's still not ready to add in water yet, because you want the chicken to cook in the masala first. At home I'd make it with the pressure cooker, so it would cook faster. But again, the process would be the same, which is to put in the masalas and then pressure cook it. So I think it's taken in the masala a fair bit. So I'm going to add in water now. Now in the jhol, which is the Bengali curry, it's meant to be watery. If I was making a kosha chicken or a kosha mangsho, that would have been dryish, because that's supposed to be in a thick onion paste and it's meant to be dryish. So I've added about 2 coffee mugs of water. And could I have a teaspoon? I just want to taste it for salt. I normally don't taste for spices when I'm cooking, because I'm fairly confident about the amounts which I put in. But since I'm cooking for my granny and this is a rare occasion when I'll get to cook for her, I just want it to be perfect. So now this thing will have to come to boil. So you want to show it a little bit? So now our curry is getting ready to cook. Is this on full now?
That's not on fully full.
Yeah, can I put it on full?
It's too high.
No, yeah, because I want it to boil first for about. So this is a way of just tasting whether you got it spicing right. I think it needs a bit more salt.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah. Cooking in the kitchen's. So Gaurav, how long do you reckon it's going to take to cook? Because I use a pressure cooker when it cooks in about 10 minutes.
Take another 20
Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do is, like, this is going to take 25 minutes to cook, and from whatever people tell me, whether it's Facebook, YouTube and all that, people don't have the time to wait for 25 minutes. Now, so what are you going to do for 25 minutes? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you this and then end the video, and when it's cooked I'm going to take a photograph of it, and when I share the video I'll put up a picture of the finished dish, and it's very good. Do you think Vidu will like it, Megani? And
some coriander.
yeah, some coriander then for garnishing.
In the end.
Coriander.
Not exactly the garnishing, before you taking it out.
Yeah, so it takes in a bit of the flavor, but it's not overcooked.
Yes.
So Gaurav, basis this, do you think I can at least apply as an apprentice? I don't think a five-star chef, a home cook can go in. He laughed. So I think he's very polite, because the thing about 5 stars or hotels is that the guest comes first, so they will not, say things which don't go down well. But I don't know what that laugh meant. I'm not sure whether I'll get a job at even as an apprentice at ITC. So I guess I need to keep blogging. So do read my blog, www.findychopped.net, and I'll put this up on YouTube as well, on Kalyan Karmakar, and I've got another YouTube channel called The Findy Chopped. So the chicken's going to cook, and I'll just show you once again the chicken, and then we'll close the video. So can you show this? Perfect. Okay, and before I close, I need to show you this guy, Clinton. He's from Calcutta, from Frank Anthony School, which is just next to my school, St. James's. And he's been doing my camera work since I've been at ITC. So say hi, Clinton.
Hi.
Okay. Chalo, bye guys.